Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sally. As you can tell, I have the Prince, the King, should be champion at Wrestling Go. Because Otis is a chicken. He's gone from being a fan to a graphic guy to now a wrestler. The King, McCabe.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here, man. I feel like like 10 or so years ago I was watching these on YouTube, so it's
Yeah.
nice to be on here myself.
I'll just shut my window. Got some kids screaming next door. And yeah, alrighty. All right, let's talk about what got you into wrestling.
Uh just in a in a watching sense or like a getting involved sense?
Like, I'm a bit of both.
Sure, yeah. What got me into wrestling? So I feel like when I was a kid, I really did not get it. Like I didn't understand what wrestling was. I thought it was stupid. I was not a fan. But there was a guy on my street called Daniel who we kind of started hanging out just because we were the only two kids in the street. And the only multiplayer game he had was WWE 2K14. So it was the only option. So that's kind of all we had to play. And I feel like after a few months, I started kind of getting a bit of a more of a feel of like, okay, Kane's pretty cool, or
Mm-hmm.
like Dean Ambrose is pretty cool. I like this guy. Until eventually, I think it was that year when WWE Live came around. He really wanted to go, so I was like, yeah, I'll come. That'd be cool. And we did, and I feel like after that, the rest was history, pretty much. I feel like I know.
I think you're frozen a bit. Have we lost him? I think we have, folks. Not too sure what's going on. I think you're frozen. Yeah, I think it's frozen. All right, pause it. All right. And we're back.
Perfect. Where was I up to?
Talking about Dean Ambrose or the
Yeah. I feel like like I just kind of gradually started getting more and more familiar with who people were through the game, and so later that year, WWE Live came, and he really wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll come, and we were up in the nosebleeds,
yeah.
but I feel like ever since then I kind of never stopped paying attention. Um, and then like I feel like my path into actually wanting to get into it was, and I've said this in promos before, but it's true. It's like the first one of the first like live shows I ever went to that wasn't WWE was the Wrestling Go show with
Yeah. Well, technical difficulties, folks. I don't know what's going on today. Holy dolly. As I say, showbiz guys, anything can and will happen. I don't know what's going on, folks. Holy dolly. Oh boy, this is technology, folks. I don't know either. Something's going on. And we're back.
listen. Yes, so as I was saying, dude, that guy sucks.
Right.
Yeah, like I was saying, the first Go show I ever went to, and one of the first shows I ever went to that wasn't the Fed was the one with Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
And I remember leaving that and being like, okay, that was pretty sick. And like, I went to a few shows after that, still just kind of with the mindset of like, yeah, this is fun to go to. I'm here with my friends, it's cool. And it wasn't until Wrestling Go Iron Man with Matty Wahlberg and Ricky South that I like in the seats remember thinking like oh man, like I'd love to do that actually. So yeah, I guess the rest kind of was history really.
Now, obviously 5 years ago, you created a graphic, which I believe I still have to this day. Let me just scroll through my photos. I still have it somewhere. It's like really, really OG. If I can find the damn thing. I got a lot of photos of like shows and stuff.
We're getting some deep cuts here.
Yeah. Scrolling. Should be here somewhere. Should be. Here it is. At that one. I found it. If it will load. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. This one. This guy made this photo, folks. How, I don't know, but he killed it. This is just after Xena had
I appreciate
unfortunately lost the FWA Women's Championship to Tali.
That's right.
What was the idea to create like graphics?
So I feel like I started going regularly enough to these Go shows that I kind of had this sense of like, okay, well, I know I want to wrestle now, but you know, you have to be 18 to do a tryout with PWA. And I was kind of like, okay, how can I like be involved in some capacity? And I guess my way of, you know, thinking I could do that was like making art of all the wrestlers, sharing it. Hopefully someone who hasn't seen them before sees it. I got to take it to them to get signed. Like I feel like it was kind of a gratuitous thing. And I think after a while I like was, you know, I was like, I'm young. I need to start getting paid. I'll commission it as well now. But yeah, it was really just like something I wanted to do to help, I guess, the Australian wrestling community, especially guys like Lucci and you know, Grayson and Ricky, who were kind of my top guys at that point. So yeah, I think it was just kind of to help in theory. Whether or not it did, who knows? But
I mean, my graphic looks sick. I'm not gonna lie, because like as soon as I tagged her, she's like, "That's sick." I was like, "Well, duh, this kid made it like out of nowhere." Now, obviously, at the last Go show, Otis did a no-show. What are you gonna say about that?
No show Otis. Listen, man, I feel like, you know, can you blame him? I mean, I feel like I'm on a bit of a rise at the moment, you know, like not many people have, you know, done this in any company, but let alone Go, where, you know, in their second singles match ever, they're in a main event for a medal. So, you know, I think that speaks for itself, and I think Otis is pretty aware that the rise is coming, the king is coming for the medal, and quite frankly, it's only a matter of time now. So, who can blame him?
Now, obviously, last year you done your very first Wild West tour for the IWA. What was that like going on tour, going to parks, going to Dubbo for the first time with that company?
That was cool. Well, it was the first time I think I had been in those places anyway, which was like a fun experience. And I feel like I was pretty. It was kind of a weird in between point of like I was far enough into training at the PWA Academy that I was familiar with people, but also not far enough in that like, you know, I was anyone's like boy or like, you know, I'm not on shows or anything, right? So it was like a weird kind of in between. And I feel like with a lot of people, that tour really kind of helped me like get tight with people.
Hmm.
I was very lucky that over the course of those like, 2 or 3 days, I got to ride with Jimmy Townsend. So we were in the car together for like 10 hours over a few days. And he, like, I feel like me and him are very similar in how we think of things and how we kind of approach goals and things. And I feel like that was a really big stepping stone in like figuring out who I am in this kind of space. So I had a lot of fun, but we're what? It's Tuesday today. 3 more days until we can do it all again. Thankfully, I'm in the ring this time, so
Yeah.
that'll be good fun.
This weekend, Forbes, Dubbo, get ready. The king is coming. If you get the chance, go to the old Dubbo jail. It's where the Tuckman should be staying because he and that piece of garbage, Scott Green, returned to screw my tribal chief, the IWA heavyweight champion Randall, at a victory. I'm not happy. I'm still pissed off about that shit. Referee was Jax Jordan. Shame on you, Jax. But it was fans bring weapons anyway, so can't complain about that. But still, not very happy. Not a
dropouts guy, huh?
I was at one point, but now obviously, my tribal chief is rightfully the champion. I'm a Randall guy since day one.
Well,
literally.
I'm rooting for Cosmo Cooper. It's only a matter of time until your tribal chief drops that title to the Australia's happiest man.
Not gonna happen. Upcoming Ghost show.
Listen, finish the story, Cooper.
Finish the story. Yeah, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Upcoming Ghost show is what, 3-4 weeks away? I think it's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
None other.
August 15th,
and a place
I believe.
where we know very, very well, the Marion Community Centre. This guy, Paul London. Look at you, right up the back there, right next to that flop Tommy Trigger.
Yeah, a little strange on the placement there. I assumed I'd be probably in front of Paul. That would make more sense, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I think I think Paul London has a lot of goal coming back. Quite frankly, last time he was here, obviously, our paths didn't cross necessarily, but I feel like lots have changed since then. Last time he was here, I was in a match with Tommy Trigger, lasted about 4 minutes. I was sunburnt to buggery. I lost. Whatever, it's fine. Tight pants, no Johnson, Tommy Trigger. You got it. Whatever. Whereas Paul's coming back, and I feel like I'm in a bit of a position where I keep blabbering on about how Go is the king's country. This is my place now. So it seems almost a bit offensive that he thinks he can stroll back into the place that I'm starting to build.
But yeah, we are 4 weeks away, guys. I'm excited. We got Torture, the Chicken Otis, B-Boy, Fly Guy, Morgan Rose, Randall, Scott Justice, the Messiah, Jagus Kong, Joey, Positively Stupid, I don't know, and the Prince, guys. Don't get me wrong.
That's right.
I do like Cosmo Cooper. Like, he's gone from being a referee to now being a wrestler. But we'll see. Like 4 months left of this year. Any future goals for this year you'd like to?
Any future goals?
Yeah.
Well, I've been pretty vocal about, this being medal season. And I said after my match with Pidgey the other day that whether it's silver or whether it's gold, I'm coming for it all. I had a bit of a standoff with Andrew Vega. I was meant to have a match with Otis. And I think coming back to the Marion Community Center, I think really solidifies that and makes me a bit hungrier because, like I said, a few minutes ago, the moment that I knew I wanted to become a wrestler was in the Marion Community Center. It was a match for the Wrestling Go silver medal. So, I'm not choosing which medal I'm going for yet, whether it's gold or silver, but I think at the moment silver's looking pretty nice. And it's about time Otis packs his bag and heads back home.
All right, before we wrap things up, where can people find you on the social media?
On the social media at the moment, mainly just Instagram at KingLeakPW. I'm trying to be pretty annoying with the posting, so be wary. But all the King updates are up there. So,
all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I've been your boy Southey. He's been the Prince, the King, your future silver or gold medal of Wrestling Go. Until my next show, which is Integrity in 2 weeks, guys. Penrith RSL. I've been your boy